88,000 people signed up for allergy testing services, but they were defrauded, and their health was put at risk when the testing results turned out to be bogus. 88,000 people, and you may be one of those victims. The fraud started in September of 2018 when Kyle Suey, a Canadian national doing business as the Allergy Testing Company, promoted food and environmental sensitivity testing services. The company claimed that its tests determined how your body responds to 800 different food and environmental items with just a small hair sample. But Suey knew that testing was not in fact being performed. Customers sent their hair samples to a commercial mail receiving agency in Hyde Park, New York. Because the mails were used, Postal Inspectors became involved in the investigation. The CMRA owner was instructed to open the envelopes containing the form and the hair sample, scan the barcode, then throw away the hair and the envelope. Thousands of envelopes were received daily. None of the samples were ever tested. Customers received fabricated test results purporting to identify certain foods and environmental factors that were supposedly sensitive to and should avoid. In fact, no such tests were completed, making the results nonsensical. To help prove the fraud, investigators submitted a hair sample from a Barbie doll and were told the person was allergic to radishes, lentils, corn, wild boar, and garlic. Poor Barbie. No wonder her skin is like plastic. New York Division Postal Inspectors Catherine Searles and Greg Giazzi investigated and found that Suey sold over 120,000 fabricated tests, in all worth approximately $5.9 million through the online marketplace. Kyle Suey was indicted by a federal grand jury in New York, but remained free in Canada. The slow extradition process began. Inspector Searles wrote up a red notice in 2020 that would enable law enforcement authorities to detain Suey if he crossed borders. In the meantime, Inspector Searles and Giazzi interviewed victims. One victim was told she was allergic to chocolate, and because of that report, hadn't touched it in 4 years. But she had no such allergy. Another victim went into anaphylactic shock and mistakenly blamed it on being allergic to roses, as Suey's test results told her. Inspectors traced monies from the scheme and located a transfer of $5.6 million to a Canadian bank. And then they waited. Finally, 3 years later, in November of 2023, Suey was arrested in Spain while vacationing with his family and was extradited to the United States. Suey pled guilty to fraud charges and was ordered to forfeit more than $4.1 million in proceeds from the scam. He was sentenced to 41 months in prison. If you believe you are a victim of the Allergy Testing Company fraud, updated information regarding the case is available at the website on your screen.